Music is about to put me to sleep. But what's up? So today, we're going to be doing a giveaway, right? So I hope you know that. Hopefully you're tuning in for that. Probably get started with going over like a deck just real quick. Let people kind of pile in a little bit. And then we'll spin the names. I already got it ready. So we're good to go. All right, let's see. So let me start here just real quick. Come on, chat. Let me know you're here. Come on now. Gotta say hi. But anyway, let's start here. This is the template, the Jarl template here that we made probably a couple streams ago, I think. So I have now kind of changed my opinion just a little bit, right? Hello, people. Thank you. So some of these cards, it's so hard to say something is a staple deck. It is so hard because I have so many different decks, and the one that I've been having success with is a little different than some of this. Like, I'm gonna say a few of these cards that you would not expect are actually going to be cut from the list. Okay, so let's start with the big one. Zoom in just a little bit so I can surprise you. Summit has been lacking just a little bit. Unfortunately, we can't play the Skyrim hammer, pole one, whatever you call it. Can't play the Skyrim area, first area dungeon weapon anymore, just because it is so hard to hit that 6. And if your opponent ever gets you off 3 cards and you only keep 1, it's pretty bad. So in this case, I'm gonna have to remove it. So I'll kind of move quickly on what I've been playing just to kind of get there, because I know you guys probably want to see some gameplay instead of more like deck construction related things. Turn the music down just a little bit more to have some background. All right. So here, because we're not playing Summit, I don't want Coronet Peak. Still fine card, especially if you're playing E-Strike and you can E-Strike Coronet Peak. We're going to take this out. Boom. We are going to play the Gauntlets because this is Earth and Ice, obviously, and it has some synergy with the Pummels. Root-bound Trunks. I'm going to be cutting this as well because I think Civic Tech, just in general, having the 3 life guaranteed, I've always had pretty good success on making sure that the Quicken Token doesn't, like, it isn't a detriment to me. I've been in a position where my opponent will use the Quicken Token and it doesn't matter, right? So we're going to remove this. Keep these cards. Mangle, I've been trimming down on. I've gone as low as 0, believe it or not. Still play the Gauntlets because they're Earth and Ice, but I am trimming down to 2. This is the deck that I played last at Armory. I won an Armory with it. So I was running 2, and because I was running 2, I also cut down on one of the getting unforgiving, because I still want to be able to do that. Personally, I think Sledge is just way better than Summit. I agree. Sledge is generally better than Summit in a lot of cases, but I do want a more efficient play for when I'm being disruptive, right? So I'm going to play something other than just Sledge. So Autumn's Touch. Okay. Card, obviously, very good. But because of new and the way that I have constructed this new deck, this can be a detriment, and I want to play 0 attacks in the blues if I can help it. So I have gotten without playing Autumn's Touch. So we're going to remove that in this case. And because of that reason, we're going to be adding things like Blizzard, right? So let me cut these. I'm also cutting the visuals, right? But everything else is like pretty stock that you would normally play anyway, right? Makes sense. I haven't been playing Sync Below because I've been playing a Decomposed package as well. Okay, so we have all of these. I'm going to add the Blizzard and go ahead and remove these here. Remove this. And we'll go quickly to making the base. Hey, thanks for all the help with the Jarl. Went 2-1 at my Armory. Jarl off losing to the one guy who said NA and went new. Or nah and went new. I gotcha. Yeah, new can be difficult, but hopefully this style of list will help you kind of, do a little bit better into the news, right? And there's some situations where you can play like CYB in the style of list too. I can show you guys like a variation of that, but I like having a lot of flexibility in my sideboard, so I'll show that in just a second. But let's go ahead and move on to some of the cards. Okay, Sledge in the sideboard, definitely want that. The Titan's Fist is what I've been playing, even though it's not super hyper consistent with these zeros. There are going to be a decent number of threes. I'm willing to play this card, and just in general, being able to have a 1-card 4 is pretty important. Just picked up the deck earlier in the week. Well, hey, for all of you guys and gals that have already picked up the deck, you can still enter the giveaway and, you know, maybe have it as a little Christmas present for your locals, right? Like, you get it, you hand it off to somebody who's been really wanting to play Jarl, or thought about playing Jarl but just hasn't wanted to like bite the bullet because they need to get the tunic and they need to get this and that. And you can get them started, right? So for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a giveaway today, and all you have to do is on the previous video that I made with Jarl unboxing, right? We took one of these, unboxed that, and then showed you a couple of budget lists and some kind of higher power lists, right? All you have to do is go on there, subscribe to the channel, please, and then like and comment in the video, comment Jarl with an exclamation point. That is very important. So look in the chat. That's exactly what you need to put in the comments, and you're good to go. Got an armory. Got your armory in an hour. Run the list. You're crafting now. If you have time to build it. Okay, I'll go ahead and start getting on that so you guys can have something to work with. So, okay. Moving through. Let's go. I'm gonna add the decompose cards. So I've been playing the decompose cards just because the 2-card plays are so strong. This is kind of like my replacement for the Sink Below, right? You still have your 0 for 4 block. That's what you want. It's utility. Been playing the Plow Under as well. I know I've been kind of low on this card, but just having the added disruption is kind of important, right? So I've been kind of doing that. Okay, I have been playing Pummel. This is another thing that I mentioned previously as well, that the Pummel synergy with Filling and Plow Under is negative, right? Like, it doesn't work properly. But this card, just having the added disruption for the cards that we're going to be playing, very important. Okay, so Frostfang is going to be another payoff here. So we're going to be playing the Frostfangs to pair with our Pummels, and including the Command and Conquer, and a filler card has been Boulder Drop. Right, I've been playing that, and this helps in the new matchup because it's just a card that casts your things. We're playing a very low version of the deck where the highest cost card is going to be a 3, right? So, or I guess technically a 4, but generally it's a 3, and you can get by. So I'm playing this in the sideboard. These are sideboards. This is a sideboard card as well, and I kind of swap in and out, right? Okay, so E-Strike is the other piece that I'm playing. This is a sideboard card. I mainly bring it in for matchups where I don't necessarily want the Frostwing, but I'm happy to have this, especially with like a Sledge. You know, E-Strike Sledge, very good. Haven't been playing the Heart of Ice, have been playing Tunic. Tunic is the main thing. Because we're not playing Coronet Peak, we are going to be playing Crown of Providence, okay? It's just the generically best hat that we can have. And you can arsenal some of your crappier cards that you reveal to Oakenold and still get rid of those cards and kind of have some consistency there. Okay. So Seeds of Tomorrow is the next card that I'm playing in the sideboard. So I swap those in and out depending on the matchup. I like having the that added kind of defense utility that is also pretty good against the Wizards. So let me type in Arcane Barrier. If I can spell. So Arcane Barrier, been playing the gloves and keeping the tunic. And then I've also been playing Lantern, right? So we'll put this in inventory as well. And then because I'm playing Seeds, I've really liked the Plume. I'm just really big on that card. So being able to, you know, stop the Arcane from like a Verdict to stop their combo. It's good against Kano, obviously. And it's really good against the Mirror because it's effectively like a blue staunch that you aren't able to kick, but you can pair that with something like your Rootbound Carapace, piece of armor, or even a 2-block and you're fine. Why not balance adjustments over Crown of Providence for Brute? So with Brute, the idea is that we're going to be disrupting a significant amount of the time. So you don't necessarily need the Balance of Justice. It's a fine card if you can find room. If you don't like the Plume tech, you can be more than happy playing the Balance of Justice and the Crown of Providence. But in general, Crown of Providence, we have a lot of like crappy arsenal targets, so we want to be able to fix that. Is kind of the idea that I'm leaning on. Okay, So let me check these blues. So tomorrow is the blue, so we need to have a little bit more on the earth to add that. Okay, I've also been playing Arctic Incarceration only as a 2-up, just because if you draw too many of these, it can be a little mid, right? So we have all of this here. Icequake. Icequake is another big one. You pair that with your 2-cost, or you use Tunic Counter, you play Felling of the Crown for 11. It has on hit a Make Frostbite. Same thing with Boulder Drop, comes in for 9. Pretty good. The other piece that I've been playing Earthlore Surge as well, for when I'm not playing the I'm not playing like Rootbound Carapace, so I don't have as many like active ways to get more earth into my discard. So I like having that, and it's also amazing with Command and Conquer off of your Tunic. So you have more effective pummels, but it's a front pump, and it works better with these Fellings and the Plowhunters too. Okay, we're only a couple of cards off. So one tech piece that you can play here, you can play something like, if you're having a hard time against Viscera, you can play some Smack of Reality, I think is what it's called. Smack 2 Reality, Smack of Reality. So you can play something like that, and it's perfectly reasonable, so the rest of the stuff that we're going to be adding to the deck is just really kind of good filler cards, right? So Terra Sunder. We had the liberty of playing this because we're not playing any of the Guardian Blues, right? So still pretty good against new. We want to play the other channel just because it is a IS3 block that can get you random wins here and there. And then we got one more card. What I played last, I played a Pulverize. Now I know we're lower on blues, so I don't like playing too many of these. But this is in general the structure of the deck. So let me go ahead and post this here for the one that said that they were interested in potentially playing something like this. Their Armory. Excuse me. So yeah, this is kind of the idea that we've been kind of messing around with. This is also technically a sideboard card, because I don't play it into absolutely everything. Same thing with the Frostfang. So you guys, if you've been watching me for a little while, you should know that the way I structure my deck, at least on February, is very much like, okay, here's the base, what am I adding in? But when I play actively, I have all the cards slammed together, and I take out the cards based on what I want to sideboard out, right? So let me give you an example of if you're playing against Aurora, you know, pretty popular matchup. So we're going to be playing the AB here. We still want the Stalagmite and all these other good things, right? Good blocking equipment. Keeping all of these cards, we do want Arctic, we do want Frostfang, we do want the Icequake. Where's my Icequake? Did I not put that in? Oh, no, I didn't put it in. Okay. So, yeah, recently I wasn't playing the Boulder Drop. This is a newer addition for cutting the mingles. So if you want to have a little bit more disruption, you can play the Boulder Drops over that. But Icequake is very important. I would definitely always play an Icequake. So here you go. Okay. So here, Icequake. And because, like I said, if you want to play Boulder Drop over the Mangle package, you definitely can. Because it really doesn't do a whole lot in a lot of situations. It's just really there for kind of closing the game. It's not going to block with their equipment very often, right? And then having another forward block is pretty good against Aurora, so I don't hate it type situation. But the rest is what you would obviously expect, right? The Blizzards and the Rootbound Carapace, right? So we're at 31 blues, kind of lower than you would typically expect. So let's go ahead and go back. I think you guys should probably try at some point, maybe not running the Mangles just because it is kind of a mid card, playing the sideboard. And then against Aurora, your ratios are going to be a little better when you do this, right? Because you have 6 and 31. And again, a lot of our cards are 0 cost or 2 cost, right? And off a Tunic counter, you can play 2 cost or one of your 3 costs with these yellows, right? So it's not terrible. It's not that bad. It's been pretty consistent for me, at least. Okay, so let's look at a mirror and what I would do against a mirror. So this is one reason that we're playing the Sledge. sludge here. We're adding E-Strike. I like the earth. I run the ice quakes depending on if I'm going first or second. If I'm going second, I want to play generally this. If you want more threat density against your opponent, you can play the pulverized type thing. Then rootbound carapace, boulder drop, seeds of tomorrow. And that's it, right? So you're always going to have 9 cards out. This is generally how it will look, right? So if you want to play the extra ice quake because you think it's going to be a more aggressive mirror, cut the pulverize. If you think it's going to go a little bit longer, play the pulverize. Yellow boulder drop, really? Yes. Try it. I'm telling you, try it. If there was a red boulder drop, we would play that too. Maybe not two. We would play that over this, but this card has been good with these front pumps and the pummels and whatnot. And sometimes when you just play a boulder drop against an Aurora, they just like really look at their hand and they're like, huh. Okay then, what do I do now? So it's pretty funny. So other matchups. So Enigma is another one that is going to be pretty popular, right? So I like playing the Plume. That's one that the Plume is pretty good into to be able to get your Felling back or your Crumble. If you draw an Oaken, any of these like key pieces, you should also get back the Earthborn Surge if you just need to like really push some damage. Been playing Blizzards into that, a little bit more Poppers, and then you can play Pulverize. I think it's actually pretty reasonable to play Pulverize, and then you can play like a couple of Frostfangs, or if you want more blues, I'm pretty happy with not playing these and playing a couple of Seas of Tomorrow if you're playing the Pulverize type thing, right? So it's actually not terrible. Matchup is still very hard, but you need to just like consistently disrupt, right? Is it just because of the mirror? I'm a little late to the stream. What's the reason behind Sledge versus the pick? Right. So Sledge is just the more efficient card against these like slower matchups. You're going to want something like Sledge. So I kind of go back and forth what hammer I want against New. I think there is a pretty good merit into playing Sledge. So I'm going to show you guys that just because being able to present damage off of 1-card hands, because they do present a lot of damage to you, right? But this is going to be another pretty aggressively slanted matchup. I don't play any of these. I do play the Blizzards, but I cut the Fruits of the Morrow. So we have, or Fruits of the Forest. So we're lower on the blues, but we're going to supplement that with the added boulder drop, right? I know I'm just bouncing everywhere. February can be a little crazy sometimes, but you know, something like E-Strike, especially if you're playing Sledge, is going to be a pretty good option. You can play your Frostfangs, you can play the Pulverize if you so choose. You can play some number of these Earthborn Surges, maybe cut a Frostfang. You can kind of play with these numbers, and your consistency is going to be there, right? So I've had a lot of success with this style of list. I'll show you the one I've been playing here. So this one is pretty much exactly the same. I've been playing Smack instead of the Pulverize, but everything else is the same. And then my results, you know, it's not a significant amount or anything. I've tested a lot more into in paper and on like TTS and whatnot, but it's been very good. The other variation that I've seen that I do think is quite strong is taking out the these seeds and some of the AB, and then you run Count Your Blessings, right? So you would still run your Arctic Incarceration and your Frostfangs and all these other cards. You wouldn't play Pulverize, and that would be your replacements for those, but everything else stays the same. So against the mirror, Count Your Blessings will easily win you the game, because you can kind of pivot off of different things. You pitch 2 blues, you count your blessings, you swing Sledge, you're getting a big gap, right? So hopefully that makes sense. We're gonna play this one here online in just a little bit, but let's go ahead and transition to the giveaway, okay? So hopefully you guys have entered, and we're about to do this. Okay, so here it is. We're gonna change this to a word filter. And the keyword is, like I said, Jarl with an exclamation point. And before I hit continue and scare you guys for you panicking, we're going to go over here and we're going to draw the Patreon giveaway. So first one for the Patreon giveaway, here it is. Good luck. There's a lot of names here. Appreciate all our Patreons, of course. Of course. So who got it? Daniel Mayan. Okay. Daniel Mann. So we will reach out to you through email and hopefully you respond. Otherwise, we're going to do a different draw. And we will contact the other person. So we'll give you a little bit of time, of course. But Daniel Mann, congratulations. I will send this to you as soon as I can, hopefully tomorrow. Okay? As long as you reply. All right, next. Hopefully you guys have commented. So don't comment Jarl here. Okay, it looks like you guys are doing this here. So I'm having to do it based on a keyword filter on the previous video. So go to the previous video. I'll give you guys another 5 minutes. So that's the one where I did the unboxing and the deck text and whatnot. Comment there, Jarl with an exclamation point. That's very important. Okay, so go do that. I know, guys, you're excited. You're excited, and we're gonna get it. So do that. Do that for me, and we'll play. You know what? I'll give you a little bit more time. We'll play a little bit of Talishar here, and that way it gives you some a little bit more leniency, right? But everybody congratulate Daniel for winning the Armory deck giveaway. Give him a happy congratulations. So against Wizards, so we've talked about this. So I'm playing the AB3. I like the Bloom here, and this kind of helps me mitigate their combo, right? So against them, I'm pretty happy playing like E-Strike and whatnot, just because it allows me to have like a random arsenal against them. But I'm gonna try not playing E-Strike. I played it before, but I think it's fine just running the list as it is. Okay. Comment Jarl on the previous video here. Let me go to that video for you, and I'll post it here. Okay. Here. So go to that video. Comment Jarl with an exclamation point. Okay? And you'll be good to go. Congrats, Daniel. Okay, so I'm going to AB here. I'm okay blocking with some Earth, so I think I'm going to pitch the Command and Conquer. Just because it is just one AB. It's not a big deal. And like I said, I want to block with the Earth, so I'm pretty happy with that. Just to go ahead and get a little bit of fuel for my Decompose, right? So, makes sense. Command and Conquer is going to be a great card, obviously. Going to force some interaction out of our opponent. Now, they're getting their Decompose ready to go to, obviously. Now, they're playing a ton of cards. So, this feels like it's going to be a CYB scenario situation, right? So, we'll see. I can potentially get one of these back if I so choose. I don't hate that idea, and it puts the Decompose a little bit faster. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and CNC. I know it's kind of lackluster, but we got 2 cards. We can put the Fear of God into them real quick. Say, hey, you know, maybe it's a Bummel, maybe it's not. So you guys are going to have a lot of extra time, considering this is a Verdance with 70-something cards. Okay, so their first Decompose is going to be online, ready to go. It's only going to be 2, but that's kind of the math behind it anyway. Arsenal, the thing that gets benefit. Hey, look, more Decompose spotted. Okay, I'm into this. This is fine. All right, so let's go ahead and pitch. We'll pitch this guy, and we'll get back our Plowanders. It's the only thing we can get back at this point. Again, go to that video and comment this, please. I appreciate the hype, but you need to go to the video. All right, so this is a pretty solid line here. So there's some options here. I'm somewhat okay arsenaling this, because if I can get a crumble at a proper time, then I'll be able to you know, break their plume, which is pretty big combo piece. But I think it's kind of a tall ask at this point, and we'll see more of these. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch this, be happy to discard these for some light game. Yeah, the giveaway just got clapped to the end of the game. That's true. That's true. I'm just trying to give everybody who's watching and wasn't aware of the announcements that I made on Twitter and everything the opportunity to enter and, you know, win on their own. You know, I don't want to slight anyone. This looks like Pummel, so pretty cool. And the other thing too, like, if this was Mangle here, this card would not be very good, right? Because we're not playing the gloves or anything like that. So yeah, there's a Rootbound Carapace. They're going to get their first Decompose going. Okay, you know what? Let's just do it. I'll go to 44. I like that. What's up, Nico? We haven't done the giveaway yet. You haven't missed anything. We're going to play this game first, and then we're doing the giveaway. It'll be all Jarl commenters, not the comments. It's going to be individual. If it's repetition, then you won't get extra entries. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep this card in our hand if at all possible. Fertile Ground, sure, so that means they're not doing anything. So here, there's an option to get a Crumble and go ahead and put that on the plume. I don't hate that idea, to be completely honest. That might be correct, even though we're missing a Seeds here and not being able to keep that, but I don't want to IP myself anyway, so we'll go ahead and do 0. Put it on the plume, because this is the critical piece here, and then we're going to CNC. Yeah, it would be fair if everybody just started spamming your Jarl, you know what I'm saying? So the Seeds are pretty good, just in the middle of the game as well, outside of the combo, just because when they drop a Millennium Tree, you're able to stop the Aether Tide completely, and then have a floating leftover, and then you can AB4 or AB3 +1 prevention the next thing, which is a very common theme, right? Okay, so we got their Felling of the Ground, which is kind of cool. Put the Seeds there. So here I'm going to go ahead and use the Tunic to stop the Aether Tide. Because I really want to play Earthlore Surge into Boulder Drop, because we're going to have Dominate, right? So they're just playing a healing potion, getting that out there, so we can easily make this play. And we set up Terra Thunder for the next cycle. So pretty cool. Right, so we have Dominate, we're going to go Bam into Bang, right? Boulder Drop's good. What can I say? This on hit's really strong. The fact that it's a yellow when you're running lower blues like this is pretty good. And you can see that our consistency is pretty high. Like, we're only running 33 blues in this configuration. We're seeing blues like pretty constantly. And even if we aren't seeing full blues, we're usually able to at least operate a hand. Can you imagine how OP Jarl would be with Crown of Seas? Yes, he would be very, 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 very OP. Alright, the Boulder Drop is doing its job. It leaks some damage, it's taking a card from them. Now, they have some really efficient plays. Obviously, they can, like, Felling us here next turn, possibly. At Highlander, we don't really care. We don't have an arsenal. But hey, we have our own follow-up felling as well, which is pretty cool. So here, I'm okay just like conserving a little bit. But we do get kind of a nombo by having to put this back. So that's kind of the thing that you have to weigh in your mind is, are you willing to block this, go ahead and get the 2 value out of here? Generally, they can't fatigue you, so I think I am okay just blocking as so, because we won't have the opportunity at Arsenal, right? Yeah, that's fine. So their Arsenal disruption is whatever. And now it's our turn. And because we played the So tomorrow, hey, guess what? This is coming in for 8. So it was all calculated. Trust me. And then we have to do one of the... We'll keep one of the crumbles. We'll keep one of the Earthborn Surges, just in case something weird happens. Most of the time, this is only getting seeds. But if we needed it to just push the late game, then this could be very strong. Now, first Decompose. It's coming in for 8. So good. Ooh, we're getting a tree out of it. Nice. They taking 5? Nope. It's fine with me. So it's probably just going to be a tide or whatever this arsenal is. It'll be something random. But most of the time it's things that we don't particularly care about, right? Only thing that we could care about is if it's a felling. Okay, we got another felling. I do like that. So maybe they'll do something to us. Nope. Don't want to do anything to us just yet. Okay, so let's weigh our options here. We could get something with this. I don't see a huge benefit in doing that. Just because the only thing that we could get here is probably like a channel, and we would rather see that a little bit later anyway to kind of, you know, dampen their combo and keep them off of that as long as possible. So I think here, I'm probably pretty okay just sending another felling, pitching the ice, keeping this card as a blocking value card, potentially. Or actually, we're sending this to the bottom, and then arsenaling this. And then hopefully, we can grab a seize, and we can just chip it to the bottom too. What's the rationale for Plume? So when you play Seeds of Tomorrow, this gives you the option to be able to get that back. So when they finally get their combo and they come in for like 12 Arcane, you can stop 8 of it, which means that you are effectively saving 16 life over the course of the 2 attacks, which is very important, right? Because we're not playing any of the life gain here. We're not playing Count Your Blessings. The only life gain that we have is the fruits, which we've already discarded too. So that is the general idea. And this is the idea that I took from playing Florian. Hey, they sunk our arsenal for us. That's cool. So unfortunately, we have a lot of no blocks in our hand currently, but it is what it is. I think I'm pretty happy just keeping my life total a little bit higher, blocking with these. They don't have an arsenal anyway, so let's just do that. This is effectively the same thing as gaining life anyway. We'll attack for 3 only, no, but then we get to arsenal that. But yeah, that's the idea, is just the Seeds combo to be able to stop their combo, right? And you have the opportunity to get it at any time as long as you don't draw an absolutely all red hand. As long as you have 1 blue, then you're pretty happy. Ideally, you want like 2 or 3 blues, but, you know, can't ask for everything. Just doesn't work that way. But just 3. Just 3 here. Get an arsenal. See what they're... Okay, they got plenty of tools there. Photon splicing. Interesting. Alright, so great combo here. We'll be able to either Icequake Plow Under or Icequake Frostfang. Happy with either of those. I'll go ahead and use the Tunic here just because our hand plays itself with only a blue. And we'll just stop the Aethertide here and see what they do in response. Plow Under, getting rid of our thing. That's fine. I'll take it. So that means we get the block with this Plow Under and send back Icequake Frostfang, which is a good disruption. Okay, so they are now currently online. We're going to leak a little bit of damage, get back below 40. But I'm not scared. Not yet. Not yet. Seeing how Jarl plays makes me think Oldhim was way too OP in the day. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Oldhim was pretty good, but he was kind of linear. Like, he was easier to build because he was a little more defensive just inherently, right? Now, there were some builds that were a little more aggressive that were just kind of meta calls, but in general, it was like very much an expectation of, okay, they're playing Stalagmite into me. Okay, they're playing Rampart into me because I'm playing this deck. Like, it was kind of cut and dried. This is like, you sit across a Jarl, you have no idea, like, what's going on sometimes. But yeah, Frostfang, hey, 8 is pretty good. 3-card 8, not the most impressive thing, I know, but this has many on-hits just stapled to it. They're in the tank. They don't know. They don't know what they need to do. They're like, man, this is a lot of damage. And the thing is, if they get their bark skin to try to cover up stuff, this is going to expose them, right? Expose their armor. And anything that we play with ice is going to be way, 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 way better. Give me one more card. Why not? Because either way, you're giving me one more card. Yep. So Icequake gives a Frostbite, and then they're going to have to pay 2 or discard. Maybe we caught him with a hand with a bunch of no blocks. Like a rampant growth. Yeah, look at that. So if we had a Tunic, we could play this line of Oak and Old and then Arsenal something good. But we don't have a Tunic. So, it is what it is. I'm okay with just sending another Icequake, keeping this card in hand, arsenaling this. Did they Plow Under me? It's fine. It's not like the end of the world type thing. I really wanted to find a Frozen Death by now, to be able to stop their plume. Okay, that was the other thing I was kind of expecting, is that a Season of Tomorrow was going to come pretty soon. So, let's kind of think about this. We can Season of Tomorrow now, get rid of this, take 3, play Plow Under, because they have an Arsenal. So, I'm generally okay with that. We need to go ahead and get that in there just for our plume later type situation. Then we'll bottom that pommel. We'll put it right next to the Oakenol. Why not? Yeah, let's bottom that. We'll take the rest. Then we have plenty here. We're going to get rid of fruits, and it's probably a felling just to have some variety. So, fruits, felling, and get rid of Icequake. Seen people pitch a yellow earth and ice just to get both. Yes, yes, that was very common. Yellow Autumn's Touch with the ice to be able to get both. Just because you can only play the Pulse of Ice and Loft in the past. Okay, so they're gaining a life. We could probably just pitch a couple of cards. Or just one card, I mean. And be pretty happy. You know, Arsenal this pummel. Just because they're coming in for 2 arcane because they are gaining the life. So let's go ahead and put this crumble there because it's going to be next to that oaken. They shouldn't be doing anything else. Okay, they're playing a potion. Still pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and use the tunic to go ahead and get the value out of Icequake here. I know it's only coming in for 6, but it at least is getting more cards out of our opponent and making them being able to combo a little bit more difficult. They don't have rampant growth in Arsenal, so the plume doesn't really do anything just yet. More pummel. I guess we can seeds here, block with probably channel. We need to bottom. So if we seeds, we bottom, we want to keep this, we want to attack back. Yeah, I like that. We gotta bottom the channel so we can attack from forward. Just haven't been able to line up these pummels. The tutors have made it pretty consistent to see these though, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Halfway through the deck, almost second cycle. Well, we would be second cycle if we didn't tutor a couple of times, but yeah, Carapace makes sense. We're gonna like pretty heavily prioritize keeping our Arsenal if we can help it, unless we know we are going to like absolutely ruin their day with something like Pummel. There's the frozen death, but it's not really time. Not anymore. Hurdle bound. Okay, and let's go ahead and pitch this. And then if they tied us, we can AB that too. Didn't expect it, to be honest. Alright, send a Frostfang. This card's really good. Card's really good, especially when it discards twice. It's pretty strong. Now, it will depend on how they block too. They could pretty easily block with a bark skin and a non-attack and potentially blow us out with something like a root bound, because they do have one more of the reds at least. See, this is what I'm afraid of. I think it probably is a root bound.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation.
Alright. I know it looks weird, but I think I'm supposed to just pass this. I'm gonna pass it. Okay, so here we can actually frozen to death, since we can't really do anything else, right? So we got the plume. We did it. Hey, this is a pretty good hand too. Because we can Oakenold and pummel it. Because we have the tunic counter. So tunic counter boulder drop. If this was a mangle, wouldn't be able to make that play. Just unfortunately, probably going to be taking most of the damage. Depending on what they send. Okay, just an Autumn's Touch. I'm pretty okay taking an Autumn's Touch. What's your thoughts on pure ice, Jarl? Yay or nay? I think it's fine. It's just how you want to attack the meta, right? That's the way it's always been. So I'm gonna take this. I know it's kind of sketchy, but I mean, if all they're doing is gaining life this turn, we can't combo us now because they use the tide. This comes in for 5. Oh, it's ability. Okay, that's fine. I'll take one. Sure. Let me get to arsenal this. Yeah, we're just taking a bunch. Nice. That's all that happened, huh? But yeah, it's how you want to attack the meta when it comes to like how you build your variants. So like a pure ice, I think that's kind of hard to come by just because you actively need to be playing Oakenolds, right? So you have to have something. You're going to be playing Crumbles, you're going to be playing the Pulse, right? Just because they are inherently ice. Why I go for Plume instead of Striders? Because Striders isn't as important to them as it is for Kano, right? Because the Plume is the way that they're able to double up on their combo pieces, like Rampant Growth, or be able to get something back. If they had something like a Pulsing Aether, they would have a good payoff for that, right? Yeah, Plume is the more critical card generator. Now, they can still Storm Striders like an Emeritus Scolding or something like that, because we see that they're playing that. Pummel you. Just thinking Jarl without failing and plow under. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, so I have another list that I've posted that shows the no felling or plow under variant. That's fine. I actually preferred that one before, you know, trying this out. But in general, I just think these cards are so powerful that you can't really go wrong with playing them if you already have them. But you can still do real fine with like a pummel-centric list with like Frostfangs. You can play some Weakest Lings. You can play some, like, obviously you're going to be playing Command and Conquers and whatnot. Hopefully you already own those. Big damage. So yeah, you typically want to use your Oakenold ability first and then let the pummel discard the last card, because it's random first and then you could snipe something that's really important to them. So we can do the boulder drop. It doesn't particularly matter. This hand is quite strong. So I'm just going to play another Oakenold because why not? It's time. I'm on Assassin currently, looking at Jarl from the outside. I gotcha. Yeah. Assassin's very good right now. It's hard to go wrong with New. New and Arachne is like, as funny as this sounds, it's actually like one of the better fatigue decks with Count Your Blessings tech. Okay, so blocking 5 here. Potentially another D-React from Arsenal. That'd be the only way to cover this guy up. So tomorrow is going to be pretty critical in making sure that we have enough threat density too. We should be able to easily fatigue them. If you saw before, we were like pretty behind on cards, and now we're just like a little behind on cards. Because we're pitching a lot of things back, right? That's how we're blocking. CYB Azuri is actually under the radar good. Yeah. Just CYB CYB is a good card, right? Like, my card is kind of insane. So now, if we can keep a blue, we just block with one other one, or AB with the other extra thing, then we'll be able to Earthward Surge into felling of the ground, which is kind of insane, right? Okay. Just ABU. Now we're kind of going shields down here, but I think it's a good enough position to do so. You think CYB deserves a full, and I personally don't like playing with or against the card, period. So my opinion is biased, but I mean, yeah, if it was me, I would ban the card. I don't think it's very healthy. 13, sir. Please and thank you. See, if you want to send big numbers like this is the Jarl deck. We get more life gain hate. Yeah, we got like one card, which is Poison the Well, and then that card is so hard to play because it's like, what if your opponent is a traditionally CYB deck, but they don't play the CYB into you, and then you're just like, oh, that's cool, great, let that. That was a misplay on their part. They saved that for their turn. Because they get the deal of damage. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, they have no blocking armor now, so we can just play Terror, pitching this. Then we want to attack with this. We could get another card out of them too. I don't hate that. But this is going to get 2 cards out of them no matter what. Okay, so yeah, that's the game. So you can kind of see we just kind of kept slamming them and disrupting their hand. They don't have like a good option to be able to get back. We blew up the plume, so they don't have ways to just like rampant growth, get back the rampant growth again situation, right? So all in all, this feels really good. In a situation like this, you wouldn't even need the plume and the seeds, per se, as you saw. So, like, that is where I was talking about if you want to play CYB, those are the replacement cards, and they're also good against this matchup. Okay, you guys have waited long enough. I've given you plenty of time. We're going to do this, okay? So here it is. Let me go back and just make absolutely sure it is registering that list for you guys. Okay, and here it is. You ready? Keyword filter, Jarl, exclamation point. All right. Here it is. 57 comments loaded. 10 man 5577. Congratulations, Hinman. You are the winner of the other Jarl deck giveaway. Congratulations. Appreciate you guys participating and supporting the content and whatnot. We're giving a little bit back, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. And that is it. That is it. So congratulations, 10 man 5577. We will reach out to you. And we will do a redraw just in case you do not reply. So, seeing how fast they added the Dishonor fix to Katsu, Luminar's 3.0, 6 to 12 months, I'm curious if we will get a ton of life gain. Hate halfway through 2025. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. If they're going to keep the card in the game, it would make sense that they would print something to counteract the life gain, right? Their generalized like comment is, okay, you just play something that beats a dirtily slow deck, right? Like you play something like Teklo and play Singularity and do something great. That's fine, but you lose to like everything else, and it's very difficult to kind of balance around that. And I like life gain, like in general. I like sigil sauce. I think that's great. James White wants to reintroduce it back to CC one day. Oh yeah, you're saying the blues. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a comment that was made in that ban and restricted. Okay, so we're playing against an Ira. I think in general I like going first into this matchup just because they can kind of chip away at you a little bit. Now this one's kind of weird to kind of look at. All right, well we'll talk about it since even though they left. But I think in general you want to play this kind of style. I think the CYB package would be pretty good to like the Ira style, right? But yeah, generally I would play like a somewhat like kind of aggro package into them too. Just be the aggressor. Against this set, I still want to go first. So against them, I'm going to do something similar to the Viscerai package. So Viscerai package is I'm playing Smack of Reality, and we're cutting some of this disruption to be a little more aggressive. Now, we could play a little bit more here. I do think the Arctic Incarceration is pretty important. Let me say good luck, have fun. Arctic Incarceration is pretty important. I don't think the Earthlore Surge is quite where I want to be because I don't want to press as much into them. Rootbound Carapace could be very strong. I do think this card is very reasonable. So if we're playing Rootbound Carapace, then I'm willing to cut something like E-Strike, because I still want to play cards like Icequake and like. I can also cut probably Smack. They do generate some rune chance here and there, but I think the extra blue might be a little bit more important. The Frostfangs are pretty good as well. It might be possible that we want to cut even some of these blues to play Frostfangs. Don't hate that. Yeah, let's go with this. All right, let me make sure I have the right equipment. That is incorrect. Plume is for Viscerai. This would be for them. Okay. So, not quite where we want to be. But I don't hate this hand, obviously. If we were going second, this would be like really insane. I think this is probably just a pass, Arsenal pass situation. Just Arsenal Frostfang, keep the 3 blocks in hand. Yeah, I'm curious if 10-man 5577 is my local. That'll save me some shipping cost. Okay, so Dirging. Yeah, sure. Dirge away. Dirge away. I think threatening CNC here, especially if they like their hand, opens up the opportunity for this Frostfang to be really strong. So I think I'm going to overpitch this. It makes it look like Pummel as well, but I don't want to keep this Command and Conquer. I'd prefer to keep that in the deck for second cycle if it comes down to it. And then we'll just use the fruits to gain life. So they do like their arsenal. Okay, let's go ahead and Fruits of the Forest. Gain a little bit of life. Alright. This hand, Oakenolds, but we're not going to be doing that, newsflash. Wow, they are setting up. That's wild. Okay, I guess we are Oakenling now. Oops. Pitch here. Boom, boom. How you like that? It's so good. They're like, oh my gosh. What do I do? And I get to keep these blues in my hand for the go-off turn? That's crazy. What am I excited for most in Fab 2025? And why is it Guardian Mastery Pack? Of course it's Guardian Mastery Pack. I'll go one further for you. The card I'm most excited for in the Guardian Mastery Pack is Red Boulder Drop. That card would be so good. We'll see if this gets printed. If it does, like, by itself it does not fix Guardian, but it's really good. Okay, so they just blocked. Okay, well let's Frostfang. We'll do Icequake, Frostfang, and then pummel the heck out of it. It's gonna be sick. They're really like, what in the world is going on? They have a bunch of rune chants. Am I going to play Adult Valda? It depends on the power. If it's the same as the young hero power, then probably not. Just because they banned all the books, right? So like, what's your best way to do well against, or do well with that hero is to play something like Tome of Fyendal and get a whole bunch, right? Instead of get 4 boulder drops, yes, me too, me too. Oh, dude, I can terrace under boulder drop here. Okay, that's another reason that this is pretty strong. No, it just works. It just works. How do you like that? 42-0, crazy game. I'm telling you, this list is pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. Okay, so we're playing as Florian. This one is very, very, very tricky. I don't know if I want to go first or second. I think in this matchup, I'm pretty happy going second, just because they don't really get a lot of setup, right? So, I think I have a Florian button. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Florian, I want to play Sledge. This is a slower matchup, right? So, no Arctic, not all of the seeds, no Blizzard, so I'm a little bit lower. Don't really want the disruption. I just want efficiency, like peak efficiency. Sounds pretty hot. I like this. What's up? Okay, so they are doing things. Unfortunate. I think I'm pretty okay setting this up. Ah, man, I don't know. It's kind of odd. It's kind of odd play. Like, I could play the Crumble. I already have this, like, pretty much ready to go. I could probably pitch these into this. Wait for second side. You know what? Let's try it. Because if we can blow up the grasp, like, decently early, then that's pretty big brain. Grasp. No ice. No ice, no dice. Okay, Malefic. Not as scary as it could be. Now, here, I think I'm just going to AB with the boulder drop. And then I'm going to go ahead and block with the root down. Just to go ahead and get some earth into the graveyard. Just get that value going. We'll attack with the Sledge. Sledge for Dominate. Hey. We like Sledge for Dominate. But also a Boulder Drop for Dominate, but eh. Maybe that was correct in hindsight. No, it wasn't. Okay, good. Double? Double? Yeah, that's fair. Makes sense. We have the ice. We did it. So they're grasping. I think it's fine to just block this. I probably should have done that, but I really do like having the rebound for Arsenal. We are kind of IPing ourselves for 1 damage. It's kind of mid, but we've done this early enough that like it feels pretty strong, right? More frozen to death. Wow. Now, okay. We only have 2 earth. If we put another earth in the bin, this doesn't come in for a whole lot. So this is an AB turn for sure. AB and block some situation. Maybe arsenal this, wait for another opportunity when we can find like a fruits or something, right? So E-strike go again, that would make the most sense to me. So I AB 2, this is effectively making it block 2. And this is coming in for 8. Or 10, no. Okay, so it's not go again. Alright. So I think we go ahead and do that. Block here, swing sledge, and then arsenal the plow for a rainy day. Taking a little bit of damage, but I want to be able to send something back. They're not going to face Purgatorious Sledge. If they do, then hey, you got me. You got me. Okay, getting their decompose online. Should be 2 first. They're playing right. Yep. Okay, so solid. So we could probably block what they sow tomorrow, as like weird as that sounds. Just to go ahead and get the extra piece that we need out. Leak a little bit of damage in. Just be able to stop their card. Oh no, we're not doing that at all. Never mind. Have their own plow under. That's correct. It's okay. What does Arsenal this? I'm happy with that. Okay, so this is go again, 100%. So here we just take the 8B, or take the arcane, block with the A card, maybe even the Earth card. Probably that one though. Card does nothing at this stage. This is kind of like a late game situation. I could probably bottom that. That's probably a little bit more important. Okay. It's fine. I'll take the arcane. I'm going to go ahead and block here and here. Maybe it is correct to keep this, because they can Purgator me at a bad time if I keep the Command and Conquer. Is Command and Conquer worth it? I'm definitely blocking with this. That's guaranteed. It's just which card do I care to Arsenal at this stage? It's probably Command and Conquer, because I'll have Sledge next turn, so I can like wait on this a little bit. Okay, I can Icequake Plow Under or Icequake Command and Conquer. Those are perfectly reasonable plays. God, they are going again, aren't they? They don't really have on hits either. I guess they have Command and Conquers, but this doesn't stop that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get some value out of this just to have a little bit more decomposed fodder. I think that might be a little bit more important. But I really need to make like a play next turn. So, yeah, I'm going to block with this Plow Under and then hit them with a Command and Conquer. And they still have all of their fellings. This gives them a frostbite because we blew up something, and now we got a Command and Conquer. So now their root bounds are going to be worse too. They blocked with 2 already, but they're playing yellow, so we could brick a card from their hand pretty easily. Or they can just not care. That makes sense too. But they have 2 frostbites now. Hey, Snuff Out, interesting. This hand is crazy. They're ending the turn off of that? No way. That's nuts. Alright. We have clawed tempo back. I can't even face Purgatorios here. It's so good. It's so good. So, just kind of keeping mental notes here. Having, like, a 3-cost weapon would have been better in most situations in this game. There's been a couple of times where I could have attacked, but I still think, like, we'll probably see some benefit of Sledge late. Okay. So they're using well-grounded here. They gotta pop it. I'm just helping them. I'm undoing for them. Because they have to want to block the well-grounded, or like use the ability, right? Okay. This is fine too. This works. Okay, so they're preventing a good amount here. I can just block with the 1 card and be fine. Oh, not even. Block with the armor. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm pretty okay keeping Sotomaro for Arsenal. I'll play like a channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the 4 value out of the root bound, I believe. Yeah, I got plenty. We're gonna give him a frostbite. Yes, sir. And we're gonna sled him. Replace our arsenal with 1. We can even use tunic counter with the Sotomaro. Yeah, they just don't care. Interesting. So we're gonna put channel first. And the reason is because we know that Crumble's on the bottom, so when we do get our Oakenold back, Jesus. What is this? Well, we can put an Oakenold on bottom anyway. How about that? Is there a world? I really gotta think on this one. It's gonna be a thinker. So I bottom Oakenold. If I block with Crown, put a blue underneath, draw a blue, keep an Ice Quake. Can keep another Ice Quake. Yeah, I think that's probably the line. Yeah, so many Oakenolds all at once. Alright, let's bottom you. Right next to the crumble. And then... I think we have to block with this. And then put that on the bottom. And just pray, I guess. I guess we can keep the channel around just by pitching these ice quakes. Okay, that works. That's what we wanted. We can even play ice quake into channel. It's pretty hot. Alright, so we're 38 cards. So permutation is Oakenald that. So we need another here and here. So that's another way to get Oakenald. Uh-huh. Okay. Now we can keep the channel around a little bit longer. That's pretty cool. Coming in for 9 more frostbites, just to annoy them. Cad tilling. Oh boy. All right, so they're just arsenaling. Okay, so we can put another crumble on the bottom, pitch this, put this on bottom, arsenal the Command and Conquer. Let's do that. We do have just enough. Should have checked that before I decided to just willy-nilly cast cards. Now, if they use the Face Purgatory here, that is a little annoying, obviously. But... Oh. Oh. Okay, so this means D-React, right? Yeah. Cost 1, buddy. I still got to channel out. Alright, fine. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Alright, chipping them down. Oh, we can even... Oh, no. Not like this. Ugh. How nasty. Okay, so if I give this and this, I can attack with Command and Conquer back, I guess. I don't particularly want to do that. Got pummels coming up probably, so I can just swing Sledge. I think that's probably fine. I'm not doing anything else. Bang, bang. Same damage. Double Haunting Rendition. Okay, you're making some rune chance, buddy. Some rune chance coming in. Okay, so I haven't been keeping track of the blues as much as I should have. I think I'm okay doing that, though. Jeez. Yo. I'm in. Thanks. Appreciate it. I want to play around the Face Purgatory, though. So I think it's probably correct to just go ahead and play Command and Conquer anyway. Without playing the E-Strike, even though I could technically E-Strike go again into Command and Conquer pummel it, but it opens me up to a line where Face Purgatory just, like, destroys me. So... Okay. So they're gonna face Purgatory anyway. I'll get rid of the E-Strike. 2 cards. Love that. Okay, we got a So Tomorrow. It's pretty good. Still pretty good. I'm not upset with this. I think we AB block with this, and then bottom that ice strike for 7. Goodbye, Pummel. We'll put up a Command and Conquer right next to that Pummel too, which is kind of hot. There you go. You got me to 20. Alright, just a measly 7. Don't worry about it. 2 card 7. Fair gaming. I have a significant amount of no blocks. Oh, this is more than I thought it was. I think it's time to AB. Oh, shit. Okay, so it is only 2. Got it. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Give me that. We'll sledge and we'll either pummel now or arsenal it. No, block it, bro. You won't. Duh. Was that enough? Is it enough? Oh, they're gaining life. Going to 1. Oh, greed. The greed. That's awesome. That's so good. Uh-oh. Are we done? We're not done, right? Just getting a bunch of rune chants. It's pretty big. It's pretty big, but we get the felling. I'm sure I have enough earth, so I do. So, you. And you. Yes. So they pitch to germinate, so it's like pretty far down. We don't have to worry about another play like that anytime soon. And we know we have Oakenolds coming up. That'll close out the game before they can even get to their other germinates. So they have to give at least a bark skin, probably. Yeah, they have to give another card too. Okay. What does this do? Okay, more D-reacts, I guess. Okay, it's still dead. Okay, so they're 1 again. Got it. Alright, this is likely to just kill them. Guess we can arsenal this. Couldn't even blow their rune chance. I was giving them so much damage. Alright, good game. Good game. I'm telling you, this deck, it's not bad. It's not bad. Being aggressive. you presenting the problem that your opponent has to solve, pretty good. Pretty good. Against new, I think in general, I like going first. So new, I've been playing a little bit on the Titan's Fist plan. I'm not particularly swayed one way or the other, to be completely honest. I think I might want to try Sledge, maybe. Just because I have a good amount of armor anyway. Excuse me, let's try Sledge. Just do it. So I can't terrace under here. It's unfortunate. But... And if we attack with the Icequake, it doesn't really do anything, right? Guess we can arsenal the Icequake, and that's probably just good enough. We can block with this. This doesn't do anything. Okay. I'm gonna take this. This matchup's very tricky. If they have a levels, they pitched a level, so they might have another one. It's kind of weird. Might be their only blue, though. But, I mean, if they're attacking with this, why would... Yeah, this is confusing to me. This levels pitch. Okay, they have another one, sure. Yeah, that makes... Okay. I think I take this one as well. Bonds of Agony. They rip a card from my hand, right? So they get to search my hand, deck, graveyard. I have some pretty important cards for that. So maybe I block. They pump it up just a little bit more. It could be really annoying. I need to keep the rest of this hand, though, is the situation. I feel greedy wanting to keep this, but I think I might just go ahead and block like this and try to disincentivize them from doing anything else. Now, if they... Okay. So they might have rousing me. Yeah, that would suck. Yep. Yeah, so that had it all. I probably should have blocked with the Civic Steps. I considered doing that as well. Still would have gotten blown out. And these are 3-ups entirely, so they're just going to take all of these cards from us. It's probably going to be Terrace on there. But at least we get the Sin 6 back, I guess. Yeah. Kind of rough. But it is what it is. It's hard to play around bonds. Just with 2 cards, I didn't know if they were going to like immediately blow their arms like that, just because it does open them up a little bit to the Jarl plan. We know they pitched to levels, so I'm not like overly concerned about their stuff here. I think I'm more willing to just take this and try to convert a little bit more to the aggressive side. Okay. I guess if you draw all your levels like in turn 1 and 2, then you're just a better gamer. So obviously this is going to be one of your like harder matchups. This and Enigma. They're able to mask me too here. Actually okay, I think, with mask. They decide to go about that plan. So I can Icequake into CNC, which is like pretty baller. Don't really care about this E-Strike as much, I don't think. Just hope that they don't have anything like super hardcore next. Okay, that's pretty hardcore. That is pretty hardcore. Okay, well, now we have to block with this. And then we probably just block with their gauntlets here. There's not really anything that they... I guess they can play like another Venomous or something, which would suck for us. But I'm not going to play around it. Oh, we knew about the Thing Strike. I'm an idiot. Yep. Okay, yeah, we're pretty dead here. We're pretty dead. Maybe we can pull tempo at some point. There's no more levels. I know that. No more levels. I should have blocked with the Civic Steps, knowing that that was a Fang Strike that they were something. Bonds of Attraction coming in for go again. I can't really do a whole lot, right? I guess I can Tunic counter Icequake into this. I don't really have a huge graveyard. I think I'm okay taking this here. Ah, okay, they had a red. Nice. So they get a gain life now. Eradicate, bro? Are you kidding me? That's wild. That's wild. Okay, well. I'm not going to play around a +1 pump, I don't think. I can bottom just keep this. I think this is the more important card generally. So I can go ahead and give up some of this. Because the only thing I can really do here is just E-Strike for 10. And I just gotta hope they don't have something I don't even know. This game is going horribly. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, see you, Civic Steps. They also are shreds. Interesting. Eradicate and shreds. Huh. Fair enough. They also got silver because they altered shrub. Nice. Nice. I'm losing. Losing my mind. We could maybe claw back. Being 15 down is pretty hard. Yeah, we're only 10 down. Hey, I don't hate it. So, Art of Desire, bonus top card of the deck. Bonus card is blue, draw a card, so on and so forth. Alright, I only have one earth. I need to be able to pummel this. I'm just going to take this. Okay. Mask name. Yep. I'm going to get rid of you, I think. Keep this for the pitch. Okay, it's fine. Everybody, Jarl. This also gives a frostbite. Hey. Yeah, so this sledge has done, like, literally nothing. So that's why I've been, like, playing the other cards. I think it's a little more important. Stalagmite and stuff, just being able to, like, counteract some of their plays. Because we're playing, like, very one-dimensional. We're just, like, attack with your thing, pummel it, do other things, play, like, fellings, you know, disrupt. I think if you're playing CYB, you gotta play this if you're playing CYB though. Yeah. Jarl. Okay. Hey, we're chipping them down. I don't hate this. It's a pretty good hand. It's not as good as I once thought. Because they're banishing all of my earth out of my graveyard, so whatever. Oh no. They got something good. Oh no. There's no E-reacts in their deck, I'm noticing that. This doesn't do anything. They have a slur, so they're gonna get this go again. We know that. So this doesn't have stealth, so I could probably just block with this and be pretty happy. Yeah. Give me back like a crosswing, would be cool. Yeah, no D reacts, they're just like hyper aggressive. I don't care about this, I don't think. Yeah. Leave no witnesses. I think I'm gonna do E-Strike, because I'm going to intentionally just like get rid of one of these. I don't want to get rid of the Winter's Bite though. I need to discard this, because if they do banish this, it can be quite annoying. Yeah, sure. Oh, it's the same difference because I have to block. Okay, I got a blue. Neat. They're Eradicate Gamer. There's no D-reacts in their entire deck. Oh, I drew D-reacts. Nice. Okay, so I have 2 Earth. So I can get by with this. But my hand does nothing. So I think I would rather keep this. Yep. I'll take your dinky thing. This seems like a Siren's Call. Oh, yeah. Take my Pulse Advisor off. You nerd. Unfortunate. These block for 4 now, which is pretty cool. That, I think, is a bug. I guess because I didn't cast it? I have no idea. So now I'm gonna rebound. Yeah, I figured that would be a codex. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. Yeah. It is what it is. Okay, so unfortunately, don't really have a lot of options. Prismatic Leyline, look at this. Persuasive. got to be a Hess line, right? Which means that either way, I'm a little boned. I think the best thing to do is... I think I block like this, as weird as that looks. Because I can't do anything otherwise, right? So, it has to be a Hiss line. And then I'm hoping they hit a blue, so it doesn't banish the card. Oh, it's just an egg, sure. That also worked. Okay, it is a hit line. I did it. I figured it out. Okay, so now I can potentially plow under Pummel. Pretty far behind on life now, though. I pitched a... I like this. Oh, heck yeah. This is what we need. So, yep, this is even coming in for disruption. This game has gone better than I expected, considering the circumstances. Yeah, I'll do this one on Discord. I got a root bound too. That's pretty cool. I think it is time to just do this. Depending on what they do here, if they dagger me again, I don't care. It's usually not a dagger though. CNC, okay, that's solid too. So if I 6 here, they can give mask, and then that just wouldn't do anything. I could Winter's Bite the card from the hand and make their hand a little bit worse. Is that better in this specific circumstance? I like the defensive tool of having this, so I think I will just play this. I don't know if this is throwing, it could be. What, getting more cards out of them, I just don't think they're going to give me another card. Otherwise. Leave no bitches. So the only real thing to do here is just block 6. Just send back something. Okay. I should have let them play the other card. I mean, yeah. They want me to decompose, I guess I would, but... Now this one, they can't just give me mask, so this is a little bit better than just playing Sledge. Am I excited for anything from the Hunted? I'm excited for the Guardian expansion slot. Yes. And maybe some Earth expansion slot or some Ice or something along those lines. Alright, so we'll put them at 2 as well. Pitching. Okay. I think the best I got here is just hope that they do something weird. Siren's calling it. Now I will Blizzard.
Not enough clip to make the cut? Now just drag and extend your tracks to...
So they did pay for it. What is their extra? It's got to be a 0 crowd then. Oh, no, they draw a card. Yeah, that's my bad. Cracking silver, sure. Sure. I feel that expansion slots have been crazy so far. Yes, they've been quite good, for sure. I mean, this is all I'm doing. I'm gonna frostwing. I'm just gonna take that dagger. There's nothing else to do here. Yeah, the inspection slots have been pretty sweet. Like, the brute one's kind of cool. I like the 6 block. It's, like, very interesting, for sure. I think if I played a little bit more conservatively in, like, certain spots, I could have won this game. But there's no, like, legitimate out at this point. So they're gonna sirens. Yeah. And at that point, I can't do anything. Alright. So yeah. New, not very good, but I also need to play a lot tighter. One mistake will lose you the game. Like, that one mistake is very important. Like, the Fang Strike mistake was very crucial to losing that game. I also think having Stalagmite just in general would have been better. Okay, so Aurora, I like to go I think second generally, just because they are an aggro deck and I want to take that away from them. And then I'm taking all of the like extra random crap that doesn't matter. This matchup should be very, very good, and we're going to see, hopefully, some Arctic Incarceration in action. There's some merit to playing first, but I like having the go second option here, just because it allows me to have some really good stuff. Or some really good, like, clapback with Ice Quakes and Frostwings and all this kind of stuff. And you take tempo earlier, it's way better. Sigil Lightning. Alright. So here, I can crumble. So I'm gonna crumble. I'll arsenal the boulder drop, and then I'll play an Arctic. An Arctic Incarceration. So, grass, Arctic. Say, haha. Get past 3 frostbites. See ya. Oh, we even get Blizzard too? That's kind of gross. But I'm probably actively just going to block with some of these Earth cards just to go ahead and get them out. This might be a world where I start blocking with Gauntlets a little bit early too. Flurry match, so we played one earlier and I did get it. So I crumbled, and then I also played a Frozen Death like pretty early, so I was able to get the grasp, which was obviously very important, right? Okay, so here I think I'm pretty happy keeping this card, just because the card I'm about to present to them is kind of important for them to block, right? So if they want to block this, they have to give us multiple pieces of armor. They can't just grab some Lightning Greaves anymore because we played the Crumble. But yeah, the Florian matchup, it's tricky. It's slow though, so like it has that going for it. It's a little bit better. Yeah, they were like, grass. Wait, you saw that. Yeah. Now they're having an aneurysm trying to figure out what the heck this card does and why I'm playing this card. Yeah, sounds good. This hand's gas. So this is go again, I believe. I don't remember the windows. I don't think I can Blizzard this here because... Oh, it does grant goat. Okay, so I can Blizzard here. Thank you, Talishar, for showing me the bottom. I know the chat is covering it up, but down here it says the embodiment of lightning grants go again. Okay, so it's giving this what are you doing? Okay, whatever. You give me a little bit more information on how I could potentially block too, which is kind of good. This on hit, there isn't, so I will pretend like this doesn't exist. So now we can command and conquer Pummel. They give us Crown of Providence. So that's like pretty big game too, because it turns on all of our frostbite generators. All of our ice cards are going to be insane. Yes, the giveaway happened. 10 Man won and Daniel Man won. Yep, so Crown of Providence, get rid of your stuff. Now my ice is insane. Thank you very much. Still haven't used my stalagmite, which is good. Okay, 2 gone and a flush is gone, so combo potential a little bit dampened, which is good. Very good. We got some ways to. This hits a hero if you play the light card this turn. This doesn't count as a lightning card, so yeah, I don't really care about it, to be completely honest. Is it correct? I think it's probably correct to play Plow Under instead of Terrace Under, maybe. This isn't doing anything. Play a channel. Prove me wrong. It's pretty good. Lightning Press is also quite strong. I guess that makes sense. Yep. Alright. Let's do the thing. We're gonna tear us under a boulder drop and then they're gonna die. Just a little bit. The disruption is unmatched. This could be a block card. You just remember that, chat. Just remember, this could be a unforgiving. Just think. And how good would that be right here? Not very. Not very. Well, you guys are believers now in the boulder drop. Yeah, they're like, oh my god, what do I do? No. And we're getting 3 cards out of them. It's like actually bananas. Pun intended, because it's a yellow. Yeah, insane. Insane. Alright, put a card on top, buddy. They're like, are you kidding me? Oh, man, I'm so sorry. So sorry, Aurora. Had to do it to you. Still no Earth, really. Still no Earth, really. I guess I can block here. I don't know, this card's like really good, right? So I think there's a world they like want to Arsenal here, right? So I think this is probably correct just to go ahead and block with. Just to get more Earth in there. Because I think I'm just going to play this. But I could play this. I think I would rather pair this with something like an Icequake. So I'm going to play this now just because it presents more Frostbites. So it's like actively more disruption than this card is. Did I cut Mangle also or just the block? I cut both in this specific iteration. Mangle is fine, but it's not good in everything, right? So it's good as like a closer, but this deck doesn't have an issue with closing. Like you have you have a ton of cards. Like the Fellings and the Oakenolds are just like very easily the way that we win games in like the slower, like longer games, just to kind of close out. Okay, so we got 2 cards out of them. Yeah, so this was like significantly better than playing that card. And now we have the Icequake there, like we were wanting to do. We could even channel. We could channel Plowlander. I think is better. So you channel Plowlander and then Arsenal the Icequake. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And then I can keep this card in hand just in case I draw an Oakenold. Or I can keep my Tunic. I think I'm going to keep this card just in case it is Oakenold. Oh, and this also is only coming in for 2, so it's like pretty mid anyway. So maybe I should have kept the Blizzard in this case. What are you fusing with? No, sure. I can get Frostbite or the Stalagmite here. I can do that. I'm like pretty okay with that, I think. Let's block with these 2. No angle. Why the Boreal instead of Gauntlets of Iron Will is because this has Earth and Ice on it and it works with Decompose. That's the main reason. So I guess I can Icequake here and then play Felling. I think that's probably correct. No, I can't. I can. I'm not going to undo just for that. I was wanting to Arsenal this, but it's whatever. I guess I could never Arsenal it anyway. No, I could have. Because I just bought him one of these, but I wouldn't be able to keep the channel. Maybe this is correct. Just doing it this way. Yeah, literally just because the text on the card says Earth. That's like basically it. I think that's a little more important, giving you some flexibility. There's no blocking this, that's for sure. Duh. Okay. Oh, this is kind of insane too. It's just like Raw Dog Oakenold, but with Terra Sunder. Yeah, like right now, this is a very specific instance. Let's say I draw my next hand, I have a Decompose card, and I don't have extra Earth to block with. I can block with this, and I can guarantee that I'll be able to Decompose next turn. Now, this is a very aggressive Guardian. Very aggressive, for sure. More aggressive than people thought. Like, the pre-con is very defensive. This is just like hardcore, just beat you down, take cards out of your hand. Maximum disruption. I'm gonna Winter's Bite, Winter's Titan's Fist. I almost said Winter's Well. I wish it was Winter's Well. Do you want to respond with your Tudik? I could care less either, but take a Frostbite. No Blancs. Alright, sick. It's about to be a stalagmite turn. Pretty much no matter what. Yeah, this hand is like easy peasy game. Oh. That's pretty good. Gosh. They're not channeling me. They haven't seen a channel all game that they had, and they had to get rid of it. Or I haven't paid attention. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, so what do you do if I just block like this? How does that affect your psyche? Oops. Oops. I was supposed to block with my D-React, oh no. I guess I'll get rid of it this way. Whoops. I can like effectively gain 2 life here anyway. So. Ouch. Command and Conquer. They can't block 10. It's like literally not possible. And if they do, then we get to Arsenal Pummel, which is pretty cool. Maybe they can block 10. They have block with their armor here to play around Pummel. Sick. Sick. Haha, I got him. That's pretty good. That's very good. So E strike for 7. That was a very good responsive hand. Very interesting. But now I can just attack with hammer and like nothing changes. Okay, so we'll block here. Here. I guess we can just block here. Felling is probably just as good. Give card, please, thanks. And then give the rest of your hand. Good. Okay. Okay. You show me. Oh, gotcha. Nice. We got that. Good game. They almost clawed back. They had a really good turn. I did block very poorly at the end. I shouldn't have done that. It's like basically the same thing. Yeah. Got him. Yep. Pretty good. So overall, yeah, this deck feels very strong. Big thing about it, obviously, is MST is very difficult. Zen's, okay. But new, kind of hard. You can still beat her, but kind of hard. And then Enigma is very, very difficult. But it is what it is. So I think that's going to be it. We added a good amount of matchups to this, or results. Only one loss here, right? So yeah, this is like generally how these things have been going. It's like, you know, a solid 60 to 70 win rate on average, like the course of everything. Maybe a little bit in the 70s style. Again, I practice mainly in Discord, like with people doing other lists and whatnot. So, but yeah, this is the general style. So hopefully you guys liked it and you could try it out and see how you feel about it. It's literally just take the best cards in the game in this class, right? Command and Conquer, Felling, Oakenold, Pummel, Pile Under, Channel. Like you see a theme where all these cards are just insane. You just play all the insane cards and then you're good to go. And then you play payoffs. So pretty solid. Yeah, 3 Blizzard because you're aggro. Kind of makes sense. AB3, maybe a little too much, but it's meta call for my locals. My locals like to play a lot of Verdants. So we're trying to not die to Verdants. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Appreciate everybody sticking around even after we did the giveaway. I know that was the big, you know, event of the stream, right? Jarl's fun. I like this list more. I was kind of dooming a little bit, to be honest with you guys, when I was like playing some of these other ones. Like deck build 2. Yeah, the Pummel version. Right? So like once I stopped playing Summit, I started having a lot more fun. You know, just because I'm not required to take so much damage just to swing my weapon, and then like, does my opponent actually care about the on-hit or not? You don't know. You're just like potentially disrupting them, whereas you can guarantee disrupt them or have efficient one-card plays, which is very important to me. I do kind of miss playing Glacial, but it's just a necessary evil at this point, is to not play those types of cards when new is so prevalent. But also not playing Spinal. I don't know if you noticed that, but no Spinal in that other list. That was just, you know, very low to the point of the deck was to be low blue count 28, but you're playing 3 cost and lower, and the only card that's higher than a 3 is this like this very specifically tech card, right? It's very specific. Like you play against a Viscerai that's like Rune Chant stacking, you play this against them with the Earthlore Surge and like try to line up Pummel or something along those lines. It's a huge hand, I understand. But you go like Earthlore Surge into Smack with blue. Actually, that doesn't work. I have to, hold on, math. Okay, so you need 2 blues, Smack, Tunic counter, so that's 7 resources here. Then it's like your best case scenario is Ice Quick. Okay, so hold on, let's breathe for a little bit. Maybe your only like realistic plan is to play something that's like a 0 pump like Flourish. That sounds awful, but if you're having trouble, then that might be the play. Like you can cut these cards. Because these were kind of in there with the idea of playing those. Is come in for 14, which is very difficult for them to block. But once they see it, they just like shove Armor in their whole hand and be like, okay, I'll wait until next turn type thing. So maybe you just play 2 of these. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Viscerai can be hard. I have beaten Viscerais that do not ask me. If they tried to do like this, stack a little bit, attack you, stack a little bit, attack you, which the majority of players will do, then it feels pretty good. But if they like just hardcore like 5 turns, I'm making 20 rune chance, and then just go boom right in the face, like you're super boned. You're like, there's not much you can do at all. So you have to play a line where you lean into the smack, right? And sure, you can like crumble and then have the smack on arsenal. You wait until you get the crumble, play the crumble, pass, and then but a smart Viscerai will just attack you once they see the crumble, with the off chance that you might be running this card. So it's a pretty tough matchup, but you can definitely get around it. It's only against specifically like highly talented players that I would be worried about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I like this deck. I don't like MST, but I like this deck. If MST didn't exist, this hero period would be super strong. Super strong. He's already okay, but he's not S tier as much as I want him to be. Alright, that's it. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We got 5 good games. Try it out. We'll see how these rankings do. Alright. We will see you guys next time.